I think I had a cup of coffee.
I usually do the bulletproof in the morning. Have you heard of bulletproof?
Yes,
yeah.
I have.
It's most delicious. I didn't think I was going to like it. But yeah, now the only white stuff I put in my coffee is salt.
Salt?
Pink Himalayan sea salt.
Really?
Sea salt. Yeah, on top of my grass-fed butter and coconut oil.
Wow.
And then I stick it in the blender for 20 seconds. It's the most delicious. I put my pre-workout in it. Yeah, I'm walking around the gym with this huge drink, and it's hot coffee with creatine and all the electrolytes you need and all that kind of stuff.
I've never tried the salt. I have used
I'll send you my recipe. You'll like it.
Yeah, please do.
It'll change your life.
Because I have put my my protein shake and used coffee in my protein shake and meal replacements over the years. And, but I've never tried the whole salt. I've heard the butter. It's
going to change your life. I just do like, it's one of those kind of salt grinder things. I just do like 10 cranks after I put the butter in the.
Okay.
It's so good. You'll be like, why in the world do we put sugar in coffee? It's wrong.
Yeah. Well,
it's wrong.
Another thing you don't know about me, but I was in a physique competition.
Okay, cool.
And when I was preparing for that, every single calorie counted.
Yeah.
What you burned, what you put in.
Yeah, so my coffee in the morning is like 300 calories with the butter and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I wasn't giving up coffee, but I was giving up everything else.
So black coffee?
Black, yeah. I've got really actually enjoy black coffee now.
Okay.
But
I'll drink it that way if there's no butter and so occasionally I'll put heavy cream in it, like one day a week on the weekend.
Yeah. So through all that was where I tried, protein and all other types of stuff, the healthy stuff in coffee, as opposed to all the chemicals.
All right, man. Measure twice, cut once. I'm just going to check the camera again. Make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I breathing into the mic?
No, you can't hear that.
Can't?
It's amazing. You can't even hear that. This is so directional. It doesn't get a whole lot of sound from around it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I have had a guest that was kind of a heavy breather. It was a female though.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't say, I was not going to say anything. These don't adjust either. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
No, they're the cheap. They're not Rogan style stuff, man. I do
perfect.
discount.
That's perfect.
So like I said, I'm going to play some music. I'm going to introduce you like a rock star, and then we're going to get started, dude. And then you're going to get to meet a bunch of people, and a bunch of people are going to get to meet you and find out why you do what you do.
Awesome.
Cool? All right, man. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Morning Fuel. I'm your host, John Bundy, and you are here because you believe in the power of the spoken word and its ability to change lives, and that by sharing our stories, we can help others to overcome challenges that they cannot overcome on their own. Whether it's a victory you need to win in business or in your own personal life, you understand that answers can be found in listening to others who are willing to share their stories, knowing that their story ultimately doesn't belong to them. All right, today's guest is a powerhouse of ambition, dedication, and leadership, seamlessly balancing the demands of being a single father to 4 children with the complexities of running multiple businesses. His journey through academia is nothing short of remarkable, having completed a bachelor's degree in business administration and management from Strayer University in just 2.5 years, a feat intended to take 4. His commitment to excellence is evident in his perfect 4.0 GPA and consistent recognition on the president's list every semester. But his achievements don't stop at academic accolades. As a devoted father, he intertwines the values of hard work and perseverance, not just into his business, but into the very fabric of his family life. His entrepreneurial ventures are diverse and impactful, from highly personalized soccer business, where he cherishes maintaining personal touch with each player, to a dynamic real estate business that balances buying and holding properties for a long-term revenue. Additionally, he runs a business consulting service where he specializes in helping small businesses streamline their operations, enhance their structures, and scale efficiently to meet both organizational and financial goals. Beyond the boardroom and the soccer field, his personal passions include motorcycling, an exciting goal for this year to get certified to skydive solo. His approach to business and life reflects a profound understanding of balancing professional rigor with personal passion, always ensuring he is doing what he loves. and helping others to do the same by taking on the tasks they'd rather avoid. Please help me in extending a warm Morning Fuel podcast welcome to a visionary entrepreneur, a dedicated father, a true leader in every aspect of his life, Matt Conti.
Oh,
brother.
Thank you.
Good to have you here, man.
Thank you very much.
I knew we were brothers from the first day we met, like 2 weeks ago. Saw the beard, and I was like, oh.
It was all about the beard.
That's it, man. The
Beards
bearded
unite.
brethren must unite. I actually started a Facebook page not too long ago called KGB, Kingdom of the, what was it? KGB. Kingdom of the gloriously bearded. Kingdom of the gloriously bearded. Anyways.
I love it.
Good to have you here, dude.
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. This podcast since 2019 has been open to any business owner that would dare venture the risk of having a podcast with me. I was very timid at first, kind of just learning the technology. Now I don't give a crap. And I just want to meet people and have a great conversation. So
That's awesome.
We talk about origin stories here a lot. I love superheroes. Ever since I was a kid and I had my Batman underoos, okay? So how did Bruce Wayne turn into Batman? So how did Matt Conti turn into this amazing guy that we just heard about at the beginning of the show?
I don't know about all that. I mean, you talk about superheroes. It's funny because when I was a kid, I had the little swoosh, like a Superman swoosh, and I'd have the cape on.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. Mom, I'm going to go jump off the roof. No, you're not.
And I did. I jumped off the roof into the pool. She was not happy.
No, I bet not. But everyone else was excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So talk a little bit more about that, about you before all the business ventures and the schooling and all that stuff. Who were you?
Really, there is no before business ventures. I've been running businesses since I was 17.
Okay.
My parents opened up a restaurant, and while I was in school, I worked as a waiter, as a dishwasher, all throughout the business, all through areas of the business. And my dad left the kitchen to me, and I ran the kitchen for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
Before we closed that down as a family decision. And ever since then, I've been running some type of business, whether it's my business or a large business. There was an IT company I worked for, multi-million-dollar contracts that I ran, restructured the entire business and things like that. And Walmart ran departments, receiving departments, shipping departments for the distribution center, streamlining their logistics in the warehouse and stuff like that. So running businesses, directing people, giving guidance has been a part of me since I was a kid, even in elementary school.
Well, where did you start? I mean, we're in Yorktown, Virginia right now. Where's your history?
In New Jersey.
Okay.
Started in New Jersey and been in Virginia since 91.
Right. 91. Okay. So I started at Long Island, New York. So we're kind of neighbors.
Yeah.
And 88 is when we moved to Virginia, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Cool. What was your favorite growing up? What was your favorite business? Did you have a lemonade stand?
I did not. I don't know. Maybe I did. I probably did. No, when I was about 8, delivering papers. And
same here, dude.
Really?
Amazing stuff. First job. I bought a silver, it was all chrome alloy white tires, a mongoose with the little pegs on the side. We would get 4 guys on the thing and ride down the road. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember my mom was just like, it's collections week. Don't forget to do your job. You've got to, this is your responsibility. And not only delivering, you have to go and collect.
Now, what were you like with that cash? Were you responsible when you were younger, or did you just buy a bunch of crap and play video games?
Yeah, no, I bought baseball cards. And
do you know Gary Vaynerchuk? Did you ever rub shoulders with Gary Vaynerchuk?
No, I haven't.
Do you know who he is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, he was baseball cards, lemonade stand on his big wheel when he was young. Where he had employees for his lemonade. He had multiple lemonade
stands. He did. I didn't. Crazy, I wasn't smart enough back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you go, dang, that was brilliant, dude. I wish I'd have known Gary back then, before the liquor store. Wow, cool, man. Phenomenal. So what would you say in your more mature age? I don't know how old you are. I'm going to be 53 the end of this year.
I will be 47.
Okay, cool. You're still a young 46. Buck like me.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite business that you've owned or been a part of in your mature stage of life?
Favorite is probably my soccer business.
See, I don't understand what that is. I mean, I know what soccer is, but what is... that? What's a soccer business?
Yeah.
You sell balls?
No. So over the years, I've done a lot of leadership training, and I played soccer and coached soccer for a number of years, 20, 30 years, something like that. And through my leadership training and playing every position on the field, I saw a correlation between how much leadership skills it takes to just play in any position. Because you've got to be independent. You've got to lead from the back a lot of times, and sometimes you have to lead from the front.
Right.
So I teach kids leadership lessons through soccer.
Now, even somebody who on the team that's not considered a leadership position, they learn to be a leader.
Yes, because there's leadership positions. It doesn't matter what position it is.
Were you ever in the service?
I was not.
Are you familiar with Jocko Willink?
I am.
Extreme Ownership. That sounds like chapters out of his book right there. I've been listening to it for like the 5th time now.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. Yeah, if you haven't heard of Jocko Willink, look him up. Ex-Navy SEAL. Now he's an instructor, and he coaches businesses with the same special forces tactics.
Yes.
His book is freaking dope if you can listen to it on Audible. He and Leif, I don't remember Leif's last name, but they're both, in the same team. They're crushing it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, that's phenomenal, man. So give me an example of I don't know what you'd call it, like a case study. Talk to us about some kid that came, his parents forced him to come for soccer, and then all of a sudden he's like crushing it. He's leading.
Yeah. I've got a couple. There's one that this one girl stands out that she's trained with me for a couple of years, and she was reluctant at first, but she was overcoming a couple of knee injuries.
At a young age?
Yeah.
How old?
14 is when she started with me.
Wow.
And she's now just got committed to a college this past week, a couple weeks ago.
Like soccer scholarship type stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's killing it. Like reluctantly coming to training and just tired and whatnot. But one thing and in pain too, with like knees and stuff.
Yeah, at a young age, that's crazy.
Yeah, one thing that I do is make sure that I allow them to be expressive, create expressively. Like I'll set up a bunch of stuff and then I'll just say go. And a lot of times they look at me confused. And when kids are just starting, they don't know what to do. But they learn quickly that they've got to make decisions. They have to make mistakes. There's consequences to your mistakes.
Yeah.
And there's ways to.
And you got to let them. You can't save them from the mistakes, or they're not going to learn.
Yeah. And I teach them, it doesn't matter if it's on the field, off the field, in life, in business. You've got to make mistakes, and you've got to fix your mistakes. You got to be responsible for them. And there's different ways to do that. Sometimes it's through push-ups, sprints, or whatnot. But a lot of times it's just being accountable and fixing your mistakes so that it doesn't negatively impact the other players on the team, the other players training, stuff like that.
Yeah, you made a mistake. You're not done. You're not a failure. Fix it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's huge in leadership. And I bring that into the business world aspect as well, because every business is going to fail. It's just how you react to those failures.
And the lessons learned.
Yeah, if your business is going to succeed or if your business is going to fail.
Now, you're a dad. You're a busy guy, a single dad. Mm-hmm. How old are your kids?
My oldest is 26. I've got twin girls that are 17. They turn 18 this month. That's crazy. And my son is 16.
Girls change your life.
Yes.
I got two 26-year-old and a 19-year-old going on 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Wow, dude. So how do you stay fit, and how do you stay? You don't look stressed out. You look kind of like you're doing okay, but you've had a really, really busy day. Probably started early.
Oh yeah.
How do you stay in shape? What do you? Awesome. No, you don't look stressed out, man. Your beard's kind of hanging on, but no. What? How do you do it? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, man. I love my kids. Like I literally put time on the calendar for us to have family time, and I love that I did that. I love that I showed my kids that needs to be done, because I keep a full schedule and my kids see that. And I love that they see that because hopefully it's motivating them to do what you want. They see me happier when I'm busy and I'm more there for them, more there as a parent, more there as a encourager, more there as a coach, life coach to my kids. So that is so fulfilling, just being able to fill my calendar and show them that, look, we set aside time for each other.
Yeah, they're on the calendar too. They're important. It's
Yeah.
not just work, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's a word for some folks out there, and this is something that I had to learn the hard way, and that is, if it's not on the calendar, it's not going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And the important things need to go on the calendar, including vacations, including time off. We have the Sabbath on the calendar. We just take a break on Saturdays.
Yeah.
You know, we're not Seventh-day Adventist or anything like that. I just picked Saturday. I don't think there's anything magic about the day, but that's what just worked out for my family and I. And since we started doing that, we're able to do more than we did before. Even though we're taking a day off, we're doing way more than we did before because we got everything on the calendar, and we share our calendar. So my wife, my girls can look at the calendar and see what we're doing, what I'm doing. Oh, Dad's busy. I can't schedule anything right now.
Yeah.
But he's got me on the calendar too. We're doing a lunch today. So that's, stuff like that.
And that's what I've been teaching. I teach business owners as well, is that, like I teach them how to color code their calendar.
Right.
And the biggest thing about that is being able to look at your calendar and not be overwhelmed at how much is there. Color code it so that you can see where you're spending your time just in a quick snapshot.
I guarantee you that the folks that don't have a calendar, that are stressed out and they feel like the busiest people on the planet, are not doing as much as the folks that have a calendar. It's full. They feel not so stressed out because all they have to do is look at the calendar to see what the next meeting is, and they're getting way more done. Elon Musk famously he segments his calendars into 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, he and his team know what he's doing. And that man probably gets more done than anybody else on the planet and Mars.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And,
well, look, man, so you were going to say?
No, I was just going to say it just makes everything so efficient, and you efficient as a person, as a human. And I can't stress it enough because it makes time.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Everyone only has 24 hours in a day,
Yep.
but some people seem to get more done in their 24 hours.
Yeah.
How do they do that? They have a calendar.
And it's more focused time.
It's not by accident.
Nope.
It's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic, man. So, one of our favorite things to hear from folks we have on the show. My listeners love to hear this. I thrive off of this, and I think this is one of the reasons why I do this. I learn from people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I learn thoroughly from my own mistakes. I have all the scars to prove it. You have run into some challenges over the years. You've run into some things that you were completely not in your control that could have taken you out. A mountain of some sort. Whatever that mountain was, whatever the name of that mountain was is different for everyone, that you then learned from, went around, over, under, through it. Can you share your WTF, your what the fail moment with us?
Welcome to M-Team AI, where we believe marketing should be as unique and vibrant as your business. We're not just a service, we're your creative partners in growth, innovation, and success.
Hey there. We know running a business is no small feat. That's why we're here, to take the marketing load off your shoulders. Imagine saving money while boosting your brand, all with a dash of fun. That's what we do at M-Team AI.
By harnessing the power of AI alongside our marketing expertise, we personalize your brand's message to resonate with your audience. Plus, with our educational forum, you're never alone. Get answers, share insights, and join a community of forward thinkers just like you.
We believe in doing things differently. More fun, more relaxed, and definitely more effective. Your business is unique, and your marketing should be too. With M-Team AI, it's not just about keeping up. It's about standing out.
Ready to make your marketing truly yours? Visit us at mteamai.com and let's create something amazing together.
M-Team AI, where your business meets its creative match.
It's not a moment. It's my lifelong thing.
Okay.
So one word is it's ulcerative colitis. I've spent months in the hospital.
Okay.
At one time, was literally 3 months at one time. It's caused my bones to break, deteriorate. The medication over the years, I've had ulcerative colitis for 24 years now, and the amount of time I've spent in the hospital dealing with it has been astronomical. The lessons I learned is that you are not what is happening to you. You are who you make yourself to be. And that's been huge. Like, it's never going to go away. It's always going to be something that I have to deal with. And if I'm not intentional with my calendar, if I'm not intentional with the time I spend with my kids, if I'm not intentional with the time I spend in my business, the chemical imbalance from the disease takes over my emotions. And it keeps me distracted from where I'm at. So I can't give myself fully to my kids when I have their time scheduled. I can't give myself fully to my business when I have that time scheduled, because I'm always somewhere else. So that's been the biggest, not in my, it wasn't in my control, but right. What I did with it was in my control.
Now, most of the WTF moments that we hear and share on this show were decisions made by, a lot of times it's decisions made by spouses, decisions made by ourselves. We screwed up. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to a health issue that you're totally not in control of, that kind of overtakes you, most of the time we see folks that will use as an excuse to stop doing what they're doing and just kind of live the rest of their life and not do the things that they were called to do. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you sharing that, because there are folks out there that are dealing with some stuff, mm-hmm. something that was totally out of their control, that they're going to possibly use as, and a lot of time we have people around us that'll tell us it's okay to use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Right. But they're probably on the verge of using it as an excuse to quit their business, to leave their loved ones, quit on a spouse or a girlfriend or boyfriend. You and I both sit here and can say that we made it through some stuff that we could have used as an excuse. I've got a large scar down the back of my neck. It was a brain tumor that I had for possibly 10 years before we even knew it, that if I didn't have it removed, the surgeon said to me and my wife sitting there, she was freaked out. I had peace. But he said, if you don't get this taken out, it's 100% chance you're going to die. The blood flow will get cut off and you'll just lights out one day. 50-50 chance you're going to make it off the table. So 50, I'm on that good. Thankfully, I got the 50% chance and I made it off the table. Yeah, 80% chance you're going to come out with some form of disability, including the possibility of eyes permanently crossed. You can't talk, you can't see, you can't walk. Yeah. All of that going in, and here I am today. Thank God I wasn't using it as an excuse. And even after that, I had years of recovery afterwards where it was like the possibility of still kind of disability. Yeah. I was experiencing some symptoms, but man, thanks for sharing that.
No problem. Yeah. I mean, when I first got diagnosed, I was actually in school before, and I had to drop out because I spent so much time in a hospital. They dropped me from school.
But you went back.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to graduate? From start to graduation?
This time? Yeah. Yeah, 2.5 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Me was 20.
Yeah.
I graduated high school, went into Thomas Nelson after high school, got into drugs, alcohol, and bad relationships. Yeah. Got totally didn't even think about school anymore. Met Jesus, got married, had first daughter, started thinking about going back, took a couple classes, had second daughter. Back in 2010, I went back and finished and got my 2-year degree just to finish. Yeah. I'm going to finish this thing. So 20 years later, it took me 20 years to get a 2-year degree.
Yeah. Well, before I started like a technical
and I didn't get the grades you got, though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, look, man, I got one last question for you. Again, this is a short format. We're going to do the long format later on. Okay. So before I ask my last question, how can folks reach out to you to get in touch with you and describe a little bit, maybe give us like an elevator pitch as to what you are doing right now? Okay.
So best way to reach out to me is you can either get me on social media. All my handles are Coach Matt Conti.
Coach Matt Conti. C-O-N-T-I, the way it should be spelled. Italian, right?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. And really what I do, I build business processes, organizational processes so that small businesses can reach their financial and organizational goals. Cool. And streamline them.
Wonderful. So, cool. So excellent. Coach Matt Conti. All right. Last question. Coach Matt Conti, Matthew Conti, new friend of mine. What is it you need as a business owner, as a father? What is it you need most right now?
what is it that I need most? I'm looking for just connections, just continually growing my network. And because every time I grow my network of people, I find people that need help. And I love helping people. That's it. Like I help people in so many different ways. And even when I can't, I connect them with somebody that does, that can help them. So what I need is more contacts. I just need more conversations. That's it.
Well, where we met was a networking group called 212. Andy Fulgham, the owner of that, the founder of that group in Richmond, just recently had him on the podcast. Love that guy. I've known him since 2019. And he's doing great stuff, and he's helping a lot of people too. So that's definitely somebody. I mean, you did get to meet him in that all hands meeting. Stick with 212. You're going to meet some people. Don't just visit one group though.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Visit them all.
Understood.
They also have a virtual group on Fridays. They're based out of Richmond.
Okay.
And every time I go on there, they have new people on there.
Okay.
And they just put all their information in the little chat, and then you just grab all that information. And they send you an email. You don't even have to grab all the information.
That's
so
awesome.
you're going to make a plethora. And you know what a plethora means, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna meet a plethora of people. Matt, man, really great to meet you.
It was great having me. I mean, being here, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.